Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll. And today I come to you with this wonderful doll again, Dopey. Now I did some sanding on him early this morning. I had covered him again in some spackling again. And he's looking pretty good here. I got a little spot right here that doesn't sit quite right with me. Let's just go over that for a second. I took it out. So I'm going to, I painted a little bit on this side a second time just to see how well he's receiving the paint and just what's happening here along the seam. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing. I might have to take this and sand this again, but I'm going to continue on painting because sometimes it's just me. Sometimes it's how I like the doll itself. It needs more work. So is it my thinking, or is it am I just dissatisfied? Am I giving it enough time for the paint to do what it's supposed to do? Like I've said, I've been saying all the way along that paint will fall into places where like little holes and little cracks. And if this is not sanded enough, this is milliput here, and if I didn't sand this enough, this line will keep showing up. It will never disappear. That will not be happening. I will go back and resand that all over again. Let's just continue. Let's see what happens. If he dries and I see it one more time, we got to go back to sanding that little part there and anything else that shows up along the way. So here we go. We're going to start again. And you're going to do this several times. These are old dolls. You have to give them, you have to be patient with them. That's what I'm more or less saying. You have to accept that there's going to be problems along the way. And you're going to miss, you're going to miss things. And sometimes it's not missing it. Sometimes there's just so many that the eye can't behold all of it. And that can make, you going back several times. I've done, a little bug here. Go away. I have where I have seen myself go over these dolls like 5-6 times. And because they just need it, and in my work afterwards has proven it to be the right thing to do. Let's go. Let's see how this works out. And if we don't see what we like, you got time. There's no rush, and like I say, the first few coats of paint, some will tell you where you're at with your doll. And it's just a matter of painting and just eyeballing it all the time. And just keeping an eye on where you're seeing little marks that is it enough to upset you, because you have to go by how you feel. What at least for me may not be for you. Maybe you can live with something less or more. You might be looking at me, go, Tammy, do that again. See, I already see a place already. I just saw it, and it's gonna right here. That is not good enough for me. But we're going to let it dry. Let's let her dry. I see it. Oh, I see another one. Okay, see, I got places yet. I'm going back to sand again. And you don't see it until you get your brush in there. Like I said, you're hard on yourself because you got 90% of it. And so you don't talk about the 90% where you say, hey, look what I did do, You don't talk about that. You talk about that 10% that's still there, and you expose that 10%, which makes it look like the 90%. But it isn't. It's just little places here and there and all over the place, So you got to cut yourself a break, too, in there and say, okay, this is going to happen, So it's fun. This is fun stuff. It is. I really enjoy doing this, but you want your work to turn out really nice. You do, and you're going to go to all this trouble. You might as well make it look good and do the best you can at it. So there is my Kenny Rogers song in the back of my head: "Know when to fold up, know when to walk away." And sometimes you have to be like that when it comes to your dolls. Know when to stop sanding. Know when it's enough. You can't get it perfect, and that's very important to learn that, if you're squabbling over just a few little areas, if they're not in vital areas, sometimes when you're just blushing can hide sometimes a few little places. So, got to be a little tender to yourself sometimes too, because you'd be surprised what you can hide with blushing. But this cannot be hidden. This here is brutal. I did not do enough sanding there, but hey, we're going to get that. But he is looking good. I'm really happy with how well with this guy. He is just turning out wonderful. I hope you see what I'm seeing here because he is looking spectacular. I'm really loving it. it was worth. Now I see back here where I could do some more sanding too. Just a little bit, you know, and that little bit won't hurt to do, you know, because he's got a bald head. Yes, he wears a hat, but I'm not happy where that, the hat is not, you know, you're going to take off his hat and show his head too. So you want to make sure you've got the lines gone. And so I'm going to go back over this little tiny area right in here. And I see a little area right there, a little bit more in the neck area here, which I'm going to sand anyways. So if I'm going to sand over here, I'm going to sand there, and we'll put a little bit more spackling right there when I sand again. So you know what, the areas are getting smaller. I'm shrinking it. I say now I got about maybe 7% yet to go. That little tiny bit. And that's it. So I'm shrinking it. Those areas are becoming, and I see a little place right in here. So you know what? It's getting smaller. The area is coming down. So that is wonderful to see. Wow. I am happy with this. Yeah. This is nice. I can't say too much wrong about it. It's looking really good. Yeah, this is wonderful. Oh my goodness, I'm really content with how well he looks. Like I say, you're not going to get it all. So I see some areas of concern, for sure. And let me show you where I put my, I go to the thrift stores. A lot of my stuff, you'll hear me say that. I go to the thrift stores, I go to the thrift stores. That's where I go. I go to the thrift stores. So I go to the thrift stores and I buy myself these old or discarded paper towel holders. That's all this is. So I'm going to show you it. I'm going to take this off the, to get ready for the twirl of your life here. There we go. And there's just a paper towel holder. I got, this is Dolly Records' arm up here. I did a repaint on it too. I've been sanding this arm down a little bit, and it's looking a lot better. There's still some areas that I could be concerned about, but I'm going to let them slide. They're not that bad. I got to learn when to fold up again, know when to walk away. You know, you can just keep going over and over and over. Like I said, it'll own you, you know, but he's looking really good. I really am enjoying him, and he's on the smaller, this one has a smaller peg one here as well. So I love these ones where they have the double thing here, and I can put like a little head like him on there, and this big arm up here. So very, very good. So he is coming along. You know, for a doll that was in such bad shape, a big piece missing out of his head, look how wonderful he's starting to look. So I'm happy with him. I'm really happy with him. So that's great. We're going to keep moving along. I am going to go backwards a little bit again on him, do some more sanding. Like I said, we're going to get that last little bit. I will never get 100%. You know what I'm aiming for? Well, 4% of it's still there. You know, you got to live with some of it. You know, like I said, some dolls I got right down to like I get down really low, and I've done, it's because they didn't possess that much on them. Then you get the next ones, and there's a lot on them. So this is great to see. I am happy with this. So, yeah. So anyways, thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming along and seeing this here. And I hope you like what you see. Here's my table, how nice I got it looking. Enjoy while it's looking like this, because this won't last. I cleaned it up yesterday. I was sick and tired of it. Finally, I do have a limit where I go to, and I just say, okay, I can't deal with you anymore. There's just too much on here. I'm just getting overloaded with equipment. And I found brushes that I forgot about. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know where they went. That's what it was. And I found them under stuff here. And I knew I would go looking for them in time. I just needed, you know, time. But look at all this. This is not, I know it's looking quite congested, but I took it and I just stripped it down, wiped off my table, and started again. I like certain things around me all the time. As a lot of the stuff I want on my work area here. But yeah, this is great. I'm really happy with what I've got here, and this is good. This I can accept. So this is wonderful. I'm going to try to keep it like this, but no guarantees. I'm not one to keep an area in this type this condition. I muck it always up, but that's part of it. You're working and you're doing, and things don't get put back where they're supposed to get put back, and you get to the point you just go, oh my goodness, what am I doing? You know. But I'm learning to keep certain things near me that I use all the time, and I don't have to go looking for them, and that's the name of the game. So anyways, thank you for joining me, and if you like what you see here, please give me a thumbs up and a comment. I always read them. That's my mail in the air. You don't need a stamp. And if you're passing by and you like what you see here, and you like this lady here, which I can understand, hit the subscribe button and the bell, and you won't miss on anything. And little things I get myself mucked into. And thank you again for joining me. We'll be talking to you again really soon. Bye-bye.